Welcome to Voice Up, where we inspire, motivate, and talk with empowering young people from all walks of life. Now, we are here with Akeria Smith. And Akira, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Like, who is Akeria?
Okay. So, Akeria Smith is a young upcoming artist who is family driven, love driven, and she loves laughter and loves life.
So, I want to know, we're in Black History Month. February is, where we celebrate our past and, look to our future and acknowledge what our ancestors has done for us. Now, I want to know, how do you feel about Black history?
So, I feel that Black history, coming from the enslaved era, it has empowered us as Black people and given us an advantage as to how we step forward, how we utilize our skills and our talents to help propel ourselves in life.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, I want to know, like, who are some of the most, like, prominent figures in our Black history that stands out to you? Like, who are some of the Black heroes, the Black figures, who stands out to Akira?
So when I think of when I think of the Black heroes or Black people who stand out to me, I think of Fantasia Barrino, um, because her voice and her story, it really carries a heavy weight, whereas her upcoming, her growing up, coming
Mm-hmm.
into becoming into the person that she is today, um, has or had a lot of empowering moments for her, and so it pushed her to become the person that she is right now. Um, I can also think of Viola Davis.
Yeah. Nice.
And I say Viola Davis because I love her acting styles. She's an amazing actress. When you think of How to Get Away with Murder and
Yeah.
you watch her acting skills and
Yeah.
how
Very
she makes her
powerful.
way through
Mm-hmm.
the patterns of getting the cases and ensuring that her clients make it through not guilty.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very powerful thing to see, and not just in How to Get Away with Murder, but the other movies that I've watched her in.
Okay, so I mean, you start off by telling us that you're an artist and stuff like
Hmm.
that, and Fantasia is, someone that you look up to. Like, do you know any Fantasia song that you will hit to us that you will, like, give us a piece of
Of
something?
course.
Sure, give us. We're excited
um,
to hear.
she has
Yeah, here we go.
she has this one song that has been in my head since Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes, I'm sleeping with the one I
Ooh,
love.
hey.
Oh, I'm sleeping. Oh, with the one I love. And then she goes, I tried to do right,
Hey.
but I'm doing so wrong. I'm living in this house. Okay, I'm not getting more.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Akeria Samet. You just perfection from head to toe, and I
Thank you.
really appreciate your talent and your gift. But I want to know also, like, how, how has the history of slavery impacted our society? I want to know how that means to you. When we talk about enslave and slavery, and we associate that with Black history. What does that mean to you? How does this whole notion impact you?
All right. Um, I just the other day learned about like the routes that they had to take and like traveling at at dusk. So that's just before the sun sets. And to think of a Black person, because it's where it all started. It
Mm-hmm.
started with us.
Mm-hmm.
um to think of a black person like just coming up with things like those to say, oh, let us go out at this time
Mm-hmm.
because at this time the master or whoever is the enslaved owner, the enslaved's owner, is not up at this time. They're in the house and they're relaxing, they're doing what they do best. And so we can now take this time and move. I found it very interesting because you didn't have any maps.
Mm-hmm.
You had to just use spirit
Yeah.
and use your heart or your
Mm-hmm.
soul to guide you.
So yeah.
So I think as black people, like we have that discerning guiding spirit that we should allow to lead us at times.
Yeah, that's true. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I want to know, as well, like what are some of the ways we can actively work towards promoting, equality and justice in our communities, in our black community? What can we do? What can we do to motivate our black brothers and sisters in our community so we can all be successful? Like what can we do? What's your take on that?
In our community, as black people, I think we should focus more on the positive and not too much on the, oh, this person is making it and so I fall into this doubt and this fear of, oh, I can't do it too, because we can. So I think that we should, instead of trying to break down one another as black people, just try and help to uplift our brothers and sisters, the youth that are coming up right now, instead of telling them that they will not amount to anything or
Mm-hmm.
that they are going down, or you see them going down a path of destruction. Help them, even though we can't make someone else's future, help them in the best way possible to, kind of chop off some of that mistake that can probably happen.
Yeah.
Instead of beating down the youth, beating down the black people and saying, oh, no, we're don't domesticate your own.
Okay. So what role do you think education, and I like this part because I think like, we as black people, there's a lot of things that we don't know, and there's a lot of things that we're still learning about our own self. So what role do you think education can play in combating, prejudice and discrimination, because we find that, so what role do you think like
Well, I'm
education?
I'm from a I'm from a society or a community, Jamaica, where we say that education is the key to success,
Mm-hmm.
and not just taking it lightly by the words that says education is the key to success, but also knowing that having the book knowledge and also the life knowledge can help you in a great way, because while as you can be a black person with no education but you have skills that can still help you to propel yourself to move
Mm-hmm.
forward in life, because when a person sees intelligence,
Mm-hmm.
they acknowledge it differently.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
it
true.
doesn't it you don't necessarily have to be the bookworm, because
Mm-hmm.
not everyone learns the same way.
Yeah.
I might be an artist, you can be a technical engineer,
Mm-hmm.
a swim pool instructor, something. Intelligence has its different ways of showing up
Yeah.
in people.
Yeah.
And so education, in whatever way it comes through for you, helps
Mm-hmm.
in a great way.
Nice. You being an upcoming artist, with such a splendid voice, I want to know what kind of change will you implement, as an artist, in our society? What kind of change?
Change.
Mm-hmm.
um so for me, the change that I can see myself implementing would be like reiterating and making much clearer the messages that have already been put out by other great artists. So, just like Fantasia, she has Have you ever reached the rainbow when you listen to the words of that song, like if you just sit down and listen to the song word for word, it has a storyline in it. And so getting or writing material of such similarities, it can help because from time to time you might have someone who is going through something,
Mm-hmm.
who just needs a word, and my songs can bring that word
Yeah.
about for that person and help them through their time of need.
Great, great, great. The last question we will ask. I want to know in what ways can we celebrate and honor Black history beyond the designated month? Because I find that we wait until Black History Month, February comes, and then we are all celebrating. But what what are your suggestions in terms of how can we celebrate beyond this month?
Celebrating beyond this month can take many forms. So if you in Black History Month, Ipe Pure, everyone gets up and oh, we're black people, and so we need to be celebrated, and so the world needs to know this. But it doesn't have to be on this month alone, because a great person said it the other day. We need to celebrate ourselves every single day, and not just in February. So if you or when you get up in the morning, when you rise in the morning, first, of course, give thanks because there's a higher being that you should be grateful
Mm-hmm.
to.
Mm-hmm.
So give thanks. And whenever you find yourself in want of something, don't deprive yourself of it.
Nice,
And
nice.
it's not just because of blackness, but because of self and because of who you are as a being, and being kind to yourself really helps a lot, and it really helps to suppress or help with the suppression of post slavery syndrome, because post slavery syndrome or post enslaver syndrome is something that affects black people today. So you might find yourself going through depression and have serious anxiety attacks. It's coming from that same time. So, in order to alleviate all of that, just take care of yourself
Mm-hmm.
and don't just focus on February to do so. And not just on February for black people to do so, but do it all round for yourself as people, as human beings.
Well, Akira, that's nice. Thank you for coming on a Voice Up.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you. We appreciate this moment. And we just want to say, Voice Up, we inspire, we motivate, and we talk with empowering young people. So check us out on our next session. Thank you.
Thank you.